This is one of the many narratives that the anti-black boxing community pushes about the FBA or so-called BA fighter. But in this particular case, Shakur Stevenson and then Terence Crawford. We know Terence Crawford retired, but Terence Crawford just beat Canelo Alvarez. And the anti-black boxing community are very upset with Terence Crawford. They refuse to give Crawford credit. So they criticize Terence Crawford for retiring. And what they're trying to use to criticize Terence Crawford is him not defending his undisputed titles. Even though he won his undisputed titles, they're criticizing him for not defending his undisputed titles. Terence Crawford's 38 years old. He's been in the sport of boxing for a very long time, and he made history. The first male fighter to become undisputed in 3 weight classes. The first male fighter to become undisputed in 2 weight classes. But that wasn't enough when it comes to the anti-black boxing community. What Crawford accomplished wasn't enough. So now that he's retired, Shakur Stevenson is now the fighter that the anti-black boxing community are now trying to degrade. You see, Shakur Stevenson beat Teal. Now, prior to Shakur Stevenson beating Teal, a lot of these dudes were picking Teal to beat Shakur. And now they're upset with Shakur Stevenson because he beat Teofimo Lopez. Instead of giving Shakur Stevenson credit, they're now pushing the narrative about black fighters not fighting each other. Shakur Stevenson, Gervonta Tank Davis, Devin Haney, and now Keyshawn Davis. So they're now using this narrative to take away Shakur Stevenson's victory that he got over Teofimo Lopez. But see, again, that's one of the many narratives that the anti-black boxing community love to push. But since we are on this narrative, right, black fighters not fighting each other or don't fight each other, let's use that same energy for the same fighters that these guys love to support. And that's typically the Hispanic fighter and sometimes the European fighter, okay? Now, Floyd Mayweather caught a lot of hell, during his career as a boxer, all right? He was always being asked to fight this guy and that guy and that guy over there and that guy down there. And if he couldn't get to those guys, he was always being accused of being a ducker. Now, Floyd fought the fighters that he needed to fight in his career, right? He beat Canelo and he beat Pacquiao. Those 2 fights were in high demands for Floyd Mayweather, and he beat those guys. He beat Canelo and he beat Pacquiao. But isn't it interesting how fans never demanded for Pacquiao and Canelo to fight? Canelo and Pacquiao never crossed paths. Boxing fans never demanded for Manny Pacquiao and Canelo Alvarez to fight each other. Just like present day, you have Teal and you have Ryan. Teal and Ryan built their careers off of clout chasing FBAs or so-called BA fighters. Ryan built his career off of clout chasing off of Gervonta Tank Davis. Teal built his career off of clout chasing all the FBA fighters. From Tank to Devin to Terence Crawford to Jaron Ennis, he clout chased the crap out of these fighters. And he just got beat up by Shakur. But his claim to fame is him running his mouth racially about the FBA fighters. But the boxing community never put him and Ryan against each other. Ryan and Teal has never crossed paths with each other. Boxing fans has never demanded for these 2 fighters to fight each other. But then turn around and say black fighters don't fight each other. Well, Ryan and Teal never fight each other and never talked about fighting each other. Just like how Canelo and Pacquiao never talked about fighting each other. The boxing community never pinned these 2 fighters together. Ever. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Keep that same energy. Canelo Alvarez and David Benavidez. Yes, we know David Benavidez wanted that smoke from Canelo Alvarez. But Canelo Alvarez didn't want that smoke from David Benavidez. And the pro-Latino crowd didn't push for this fight. They actually put up barriers to protect Canelo from David Benavidez. Yes, you had boxing fans pushing for this fight, but those boxing fans that pushed hard for this fight got disrespected by the fans who put up barriers to protect Canelo from David Benavidez. David Benavidez is a Latino fighter, but the Latino community didn't want this fight. They didn't. But then they fixed their lips and sit up there and complain about Shakur, Devin, Tank, and now Keyshawn not fighting each other. How are you going to complain about those fighters, but didn't complain about David Benavidez and Canelo Alvarez not fighting each other? And they're never going to fight each other. But you didn't complain about that fight not happening, but you're complaining about these young fighters not fighting each other yet. This is the crap that I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Canelo Alvarez and Manny Pacquiao never crossed paths. They were never put up against each other, ever. Teofimo Lopez and Ryan Garcia never crossed paths, and they were never put up against each other. David Benavidez wanted that smoke from Canelo Alvarez, but the Latino fan base put up barriers to protect Canelo from David Benavidez. They told David Benavidez, leave Canelo Alvarez alone, move up in weight because you're too big. But then was okay with a practically welterweight jumping up 3 weight classes to fight Canelo. They said that David Benavidez was too big for Canelo Alvarez, but Terence Crawford was just right for Canelo Alvarez. Make it make sense.